5 seconds.
Oh, 1 second. Can I get a second?
OG's turn to ban.
All right, I'm good.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the International 2018. We're here in the group stages, continuing our coverage of Fnatic versus OG. Trent, last game was a little bit rough out there for Fnatic.
OG, they had a plan. They executed.
Yeah.
Good way to play Dota.
Seb Treant, very, very good. He was...
OG, No Tail, the man, the legend, the OG.
And look
That
at
Chen was pretty good. Yeah, as you'll see in the draft, instantly banned out, and I can't disagree. We didn't talk too much about the No Tail Chen because there was just so much happening, but he definitely was a very important backbone of that too, where he was just aiding in the bottom lane, right? And the Spectre, if there's any sort of problems, you can be there. You can be in the top lane to add additional pressure once, because it was starting to fade away, right? Like Jarek's died 3 times from the Ursa. Seb couldn't really go back in the lane because now he was skilling into the living armor to help the other 2 lanes, and then suddenly No Tail shows up and the tower just dies because they just zone him out with the Harpy Stormcrafter and the Satyr.
And that was after he was able to find a kill down bottom lane and get some good damage into the tower there as well. So he's already making stuff happen, and then he realized, all right, we need to prioritize this other side, and that was the point where they stopped the snowball from Envy, and he basically couldn't do anything else for a while.
Yeah, he never came back. And then they also had 2 heroes that were super similar in the Huskar and the Ursa, and we pointed out the Huskar, and we were like, oh, well, I can't really pick Huskar here. I don't think it fits that well, because it just kind of did the same thing as Ursa, so that would have been like crazy snowball, and they went for it anyway, and there was still a pick left, and so OG went for their patented Quas Wex Invoker, and Thompson did great, considering the lane that he was given. He didn't get any assistance, really. And just had a nice little mid-game, so.
I mean, to me, the biggest point in the last game, too, was that one movement where OG go in, they pressure for the tier 1 tower mid lane, and then they get it, and all that time, they're trying to set up a kill onto the Spectre. It doesn't happen, and then they win a huge fight with the first black hole.
Yeah, it was just way too well read, and that gave them a very early lead with a Spectre on their team, and then they also have the vision advantage the entire game because they're playing with a Treant Protector.
Right.
Who can do a lot of this bounty hunter stuff where he's just running up and down the lanes, taking a look as to where people are rotating, and then also able to pressure onto structures with a Meteor Hammer. So, couldn't really ask for too much more.
And that's the thing to me that makes me a little bit worried about this, was that you mentioned at the end of the last draft, it wasn't really completely a drafting problem. To me, it felt like the play in the game was the thing that determined this series. And I don't know necessarily how you try and solve that. Maybe you just simplify things a little bit for Fnatic, go back to something that worked in the past?
I think it wasn't even like the hero by hero play. It was more like on a macro level. It seemed clear that OG had a very good idea what Fnatic were doing. Fnatic were making moves that seemed extremely obvious because they were just letting towers be pressured. They didn't go for any aggressive smokes with this Ursa or the Huskar. I think they felt like they couldn't do anything without certain items, but that timing just never came. So maybe it is about simplification and ease of execution, trying to find someone that can do more with less.
Well, they had a long time to think about it, a relatively long break in between game 1 and game 2. It was actually OG that was taking a while to get back into it.
It's true.
But it is going to be not that many changes in the first round bans. Looks like the Wraith King is going to be taken out this time. Winter Wyvern still removed from the pool. And then the Chen was the big departure that they've added in.
Does that mean... Oh, okay, and we've already lost that. So that just means Tiny is the big one. Tiny and Silencer will be in the pool as well as the Pugna. So I guess you take your pick as to which one you want. And they're going to say that Nature's Prophet can do okay versus all those heroes. I think Tiny is now virtually guaranteed. I think Tiny's very strong against Nature's Prophet. You can help counter the split push of the treants. You can steal a tree from his sprout and run away. That can be handy sometimes.
Well, there you go. Why not? That's how you get out of the sprout.
Just a handy combo. He can also catch him while he's trying to split push. Just even a Blink Dagger, and this Nature's Prophet who's used to being able to just sit in the wave and get a couple right clicks in will only be able to basically spawn treants and TP away.
All right, we'll take a second just to leave the draft. Imagine if you could plant a tree and pick it up for Tiny and give you bonus damage.
That would be really useful.
That would be kind of cool, but you would also end up like, is it worth it? Maybe you have supports buy your branches for you and then come to your lane and plant them?
I mean, those kind of trees.
Those kind of trees.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were making a joke about how that is what happens.
Oh, no.
I didn't know where this was going.
What if the mechanic that exists is how it is?
Yes,
that's basically what you thought.
That's pretty much what you said. It sounded like.
All right.
So there you go.
Silly stuff. I'm curious to see if Fnatic are going to go back to what they were doing before, or if they're going to try and stick with this new game plan. It looks like they're not going to take the Tiny first. Weaver still.
Really surprised they didn't go Tiny. I don't know. Tiny feels really good in that matchup, but they like the Weaver. A lot of laning options. Very difficult to handle. And do they want the Venge? Just because I think a Venge in a vacuum is being a pretty good hero against Nature's Prophet for scouting in the trees. And yeah, it just goes too nicely with the Weaver to ignore. With the Pilot Eye, Winter Wyvern already banned out.
So the one thing I will say about this combo is we've seen it punished a couple of times by Tiny. These sort of magical damage-based heroes that can blow up the Weaver. I think the most sort of proficient example was when it was Ace playing the Weaver, and he basically never got his time-lapse off.
No, he got absolutely obliterated. Like, it was really, really sad to watch. The bug was squished.
It was rough.
So if you don't go Tiny, I just picked Tiny. Pugna again is still in the pool. OG love Pugna. Every team first phase bans it against them. They managed to sneak it out in a 9th pick earlier on, but they've also lost their games with Pugna versus Team Liquid. So I don't know. Maybe they're not feeling the hero right now.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. I think that Pugna would be pretty strong. The other thing to think about with Fnatic is what is it that they want to draft, and how do you counter out what they're doing? Because we've seen this sometimes be part of early aggression lineups where you go like a Drow range or something like that, but we've also seen teams like Newbie run something like this, and then they build into a Medusa with a 4 protect 1 strategy, and then that Medusa is just impossible to deal with because like a Weaver goes Aghanims. I think that was one of the games that we saw yesterday. So we'll see if OG have any inkling as to which way Fnatic want to play this, and they're just going to take their Shaker.
Okay, so they've used that combo several times. I guess a little bit of global presence. They like that together. They used it in their win versus Mineski yesterday. So feeling like it's a nice combo. What's good against the Weaver? You can Fissure to create the stun from a far distance, which is pretty handy. You have Echo Slam just to maybe try and nuke that bug down. Talked about how he's pretty vulnerable to a lot of magic damage. So downsides to Earthshaker is usually he has a hard time in the laning phase now because we're very lane focused with our support heroes. We want people who are able to bully, able to have a good impact, and Earthshaker has an extremely long cooldown on the Fissure, which means he needs a very strong laning partner. However, Nature's Prophet is one of the best laners in the entire game. Many argue that virtually only like Razor beats him in a 1v1 because of how strong the treants are.
Right, and it's also particularly rough to go against these range supports that can't build into stout shields and can get bullied that much more heavily by them. Because that little bits of damage, you can mitigate it with stout shield. Not so much when you're Avenge. Taking the punches.
I think I just said, yeah, never mind. Please ignore my last sentence. It's the other way around.
Okay.
Nature's Prophet's the one who destroys Razor. My brain was firing all over the place. Sorry. Speaking of Razor, where is that guy?
So confidently.
Yeah, well, that was like, that's not how that works at all. In fact, Nature's Prophet destroys Razor because you just throw treants at him. Sorry, guys. It's it's a lot of Dota.
I'm gonna give you a little hint. I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. But I listened to myself and I heard how stupid it sounded, so I had to say something. So please, I don't want someone later to go into their poor game and be like, oh, look, there's Nature's Prophet. I'm gonna pick Razor, and then the treants are just gonna kill me and be like, Trent, why did Trent tell me that? All right. Anyway, Bloodseeker gonna be removed now. So if the Pugna remains, the Tiny is taken out. They don't want Fnatic to have that for themselves, which I can definitely understand. It feels like that Drow ban in the last game. Speaking of which, Drow's still in. But it is against Nature's Prophet and Earthshaker, so I can understand leaving it. But Fnatic love it. And they're going to get a Pylai Die. Oh, no, it's probably going to be DJ Coddle and a Pylai Die Vengeful Spirit. Okay.
Wow. Interesting. So what is the thought behind this? I guess it's heavy push, right? When you are getting down to like, pushing high ground or whatever, they're just going to take a lich. You get an Aghanim Scepter on this Coddle, start pushing down waves. It's really hard to fight into that during daytime, and if you can go for an early push strat, this looks like a good way to do it. Maybe Lone Druid later on?
That would be the sort of Liquid-esque style. They already removed that Necrophos. Oh, the Coddle, okay.
Oh,
Coddle
wow.
Bristle. That is a much better combination. Okay, so that's a good laning duo for them to have. So that'll likely be for Universe on the Bristleback. Could be an Envy Bristleback. He does love that. So maybe it'll be Envy Bristle and then Universe playing the Weaver. Something he's a little bit more confident in.
Okay. I mean, they could also switch it up. It's sort of like, even though it might be Envy playing the Bristleback, I still think you take it to that bottom lane, or the top lane, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I like it a lot. I think that the other cool thing about this is you build the Weaver Vengeful Spirit, and then they take these two heroes that are good against it, anticipating something like a Drow strat. But this is like early push, and it works similarly to a Drow strat. But the problem is that these heroes, I think, don't deal well with Bristleback. All of them.
Yeah, they're probably going to want to pick up a Silver Edge hero right now before... Unless I guess they can just do it with Seb on the Nature's Prophet. Because it could be Jarex on the Shaker, and then No-Tail on the Lich. So they could go Silver Edge Prophet instead. The Spectre is still in the pool if they feel like they could withstand that pressure, but they would have to dodge the lane of the Caudal and the Bristle, so that seems awful. Go with the Morph instead. Okay, that is a very tanky Morph target in the Bristleback.
Yeah. I've played this lane a couple of times, and it's not as bad as it seems.
You have a really high armor.
Yeah.
Against all the physical damage.
Well, and the other thing that's nice about it is that you can go back and go for, like, just max Agi, pop your wand, you're back up to full HP. Don't know if it's going to be Anna or Thompson playing it. I've seen them both play this hero, and I think that probably Thompson is a little bit more comfortable on it. But I think that matchup, we'll see where they decide to send him.
You can also use the quills, morph back, keep playing, morph playing, and then every time it's back off CD, you can morph and quill. That's pretty cool, and then keep the stacks going on your enemies.
Yeah.
Interesting. You can also morph and then use the passive to like save damage. Okay. That's a pretty cool target.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And then they need their final pick here too, which I guess they're just gonna pick a DK if it's left in. That looks like a pretty solid hero. Has a good stun versus the Weaver. It's a Silver Edge builder. Will give them just an extra little bit of push. Just good all-around hero when you don't know what the matchup's going to be.
Oh, you know what? You shouldn't be able to keep the extra damage because that's his ulti.
No, the extra damage from like onto heroes, like quill stacking.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, he will be a monster in this game potentially. I think that Morphling is being underpicked right now.
Ooh, they probably have to ban Storm actually. That's a tough call. They'll ban the Lina. Okay, I thought maybe it would be Storm or DK. Lina, I guess, is a very good Silver Edge builder as well, and would have a lot of nuke damage to combo up with the Weaver. You could do Fissure into LSA, into Laguna Blade, and any other of these spells, and Weaver's just dead. So that is a fair point. Well,
the other one that we've seen before when there's a Morphling in the game is taking the Morph affects allies, and with Earthshaker and Nature's Prophet, it's already really good. The one that I think we saw with it before was an Invoker too.
Yeah.
And then you could get all of the abilities basically.
Yeah, EMP absolutely destroys, and Brood does love going up against Invoker. It is definitely possible here.
What OG are feeling?
The Anna hero, I'm really curious what they're going to want. I don't feel that confident in it being TA. Maybe it'll look alright, just like with Frost Armor that can be pretty rough, but it is just one of these Abed heroes that looks pretty classic right now, and would play pretty well in this mid-game.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's sort of an odd one, right? Like, they have a very clear synergy between these heroes on Fnatic, but it is going to be the Invoker.
Okay. Whew. EMP. That's a good one.
You know what's funny about this is they actually could play either hero on both of them.
Yeah.
Like, Ana could play Morphling or Invoker, and same thing for Thompson.
I think we're assuming it's going to be Thompson Invoker, though. And Anna Morph. Seems like the most likely one. Okay, so last time, it looked like you had a good opportunity to push pretty fast as Fnatic. The thing that was slowing you down was the Chen. Do they feel like they can actually get high ground this time with any of with these heroes that are on the side of OG? I feel like it should be easier this time to push forward, but I thought that about last game, and they got absolutely dismantled.
That's true. I mean, again, it depends upon the plays. I think that Spectre really hurt them, and in a similar vein, Morphling is that type of hero that can take over a game. So I think particularly if the Bristleback doesn't get off to a hot start, you might start to get concerned for Fnatic. So what's a hero? You already have the Coddle to make sure that happens.
I kind of like that TA helps give them Roche, too. I feel like they could really use someone to help out with that. Because fighting around the Roche pit's going to be very difficult. I don't think you want a team that's poor at it. Visage is already banned out.
It gives you like no answers late game to deal with Invoker, which is scary. And they're gonna go for the Meepo.
Wow.
All right.
So this is the first game it wasn't banned, right?
No, I think it's not. Oh yeah, in the second phase or whatever.
Yeah, IG did not ban it either in one of the games, but Fnatic didn't go for it. But this is only the second game. It has not been banned so far at T. No, okay, never mind. There were some games we missed. Fair enough.
Is this the first Meepo game of the tournament?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think he was on the list of unpicked heroes.
Dota.
Oh, I guess I can. Sure, why not, buddy? Just
What
for
a
you,
guy.
I can do that.
This man right here.
Yeah, I see.
Trent Pax Dota.
Let's see. Heroes?
You know, it's funny, everybody's saying that all the heroes have been picked, and it was like in the qualifiers where it was like 2-3
This is the first Meepo. Okay.
This is the first Meepo.
Yeah, this is the first Meepo of the group stage, guys. Woohoo! We're in there.
And Abed playing it. This guy, he's so good. I think that, you know...
Oh, it's the first Coddle, too, apparently.
Oh, wow.
It looks that way, at least, according to my group stage graphic. Okay.
So Seb is going to be playing on the Earthshaker, and it's going to be a no-tail Prophet. Very interesting.
Oh, okay. I like that better, actually. I think that's way better. I am in on that. Earthshaker. Getting
Tell me
some
why.
farm going on. So, what's the lane matchup going to be for this Earthshaker? It's probably just going to be this Weaver and the Vengeful Spirit. Like, Nature's Prophet is so strong as a support hero, too, because the Treants are still super strong level 1. So you still just have them. You don't need any farm or any levels to be a brutal laner, as is Nature's Prophet. And I'm not expecting this to be like some position 3, all of the farm in the lane Earthshaker. I feel like it's going to be more like a little bit of a split going back and forth. And then we have rotation heroes, potentially, from like Anna. He can go into the jungle a little bit early on. Thompson is going to be hunting around for kills. So expect Seb to kind of do the same thing he was doing on the Nature's Prophet, or on the Treant Protector in the previous game, where he just wants a little bit of space early on, gets one item, and then goes out hunting. Kind of stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, game number 2 underway as we hop into this one. Fnatic versus OG, and we are talking about the strength of the OG lineup. I think we'd be remiss without talking about how good this Meepo is from Abed. And again, for anybody that hasn't been following the pro scene for a while, Abed is a hero that was notorious for it. He knocked Kyle out of the elimination matches 2 times, I think, if I'm not mistaken, on his Meepo a couple years back. He was dominating the Southeast Asian scene when he was playing in it. It got first phase ban against Execration when he was on that team for many years. This guy is a monster.
And it doesn't look like we'll see anything all too odd. It is indeed going to be Envy on the Bristleback, and he will be going to the Radiant top lane, as we thought. Seb coming down bottom, and No-Tail will also be wandering down here. So No-Tail's starting straight off with the Blightstone, too, just to have that harassment in the lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see. We do have... Is there anything... You would never morph a Meepo, right? That would never happen.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
But I'm good to go.
Yeah, there's no reason that you would that guy. Maybe you net him. Maybe there'll be more Meepos all around the place. So DJ gonna move over here with the Bristleback. He takes the mana level 1 to get the double cool spray action happening. Throws 2 of them out. Good bit of damage. Misses on the fissure, but there's gonna be some good damage on the DJ there as Envy gonna try and clean up these Treants. We'll see how well he's capable of doing this. Oh, nice gold. He's taking a lot of damage, but so too is No-Tail. No-Tail needs to be careful here. They have another round of it. Oh, good fissure, though, from Seb.
Oh, geez, that was so greedy.
Holy crap, No-Tail. All right, and they're bringing everybody. So he pops a mango, gets a salve from his Venge, and Envy is off to the races.
Wow, Seb is going to have a really rough go here versus the Bristleback. So he was down bottom versus the Weaver. No, and he's going to have a hard time getting over that side shop, too.
No-Tail is trying to make a run for it right now. See if he can find DJ over to the side here and punish him. But honestly, this is one of the harder ones to deal with. Like, they need to go on Keeper Light.
Yeah, and the Prophet is actually still really slow, though, so there's a chance they just run him down. If No-Tail isn't careful enough.
Now, mid lane, Meepo versus the Invoker is going to get his poof canceled there. Still has a salve available and going to go for the secondary poof, which is going to be glyphed.
Oh, how irritating.
We've seen it happen more than a few times, though. And DJ's just running around in circles, continuing to give Envy mana whenever he gets a chance to.
And you guys have probably seen this before about Chakra Magic. You can reduce the cooldown on S cast, so you can just double cool spray. It stacks up very quickly and is a dangerous thing to deal with when you're these melee laners.
Bottom lane in the meantime, Ana again, the wave pushed underneath him. Universe been putting the hurt a little bit onto Ana.
I'm surprised they're not like, I thought they would be pulling the waves and stuff with the Nature's Prophet. Like using the treants to kind of draw the waves around. I thought that's how they were going to solve this issue with the Bristleback, but hasn't been something Notice's been able to do yet. Maybe he'll do it now with this round of treants.
Okay. Keep our eyes on it as, well, the creep wave is just going to push under the tower yet again, so doesn't look like that's going to be the play for them now.
Okay, well that's totally fine. Seb will take it there, that is for sure. I might have to go for the next one if you're No-Tail, but they will get the deny onto the range creep, so relatively happy there, I'm sure, for DJ.
In mid lane, you can see Meepo is having a perfectly fine time against Thompson. Very high armor on Meepo at the early levels, 11 in fact, already at level 3. He's gotten those buffs a couple of times in the past couple patches. DJ trapped in by the trees in the fissure. Seb getting some help there and getting the kill with No-Tail.
Yeah, that means Envy can't get the follow-up kill either, just because there's no secondary shock or anything for that ridiculous amount of burst. He will have a Soul Ring now too, though, so he is going to have an absolutely ridiculous amount of regen. And the Soul Ring is sitting on top of the Coddle. He just handed it to DJ, who brought it back in the lane with the TP, so they don't have to take the courier away. Mid lane, look at this dive here with that hasted Meepo.
They're making the plays happen. In some trouble. They're bringing in the Earthshaker, but the
Too late.
punches are going to be there. Now Seb, maybe in a little bit of trouble himself. They have creeps here as well. They're trying to kill off this Meepo, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. And instead, they bring in the Earthshaker and they go down. Abed will pay for it, but in a way, that's almost okay.
Yeah, it's better that he died like that before Thompson got back.
Look at the Meepo's items right now.
Yeah, that is a quadruple Wraith Band. Yeah. The Meepos these days, you know, they got to find these item builds.
And we've been seeing this more and more often with a bunch of other heroes now, is like the early investment into stat items, and they found him again. Thompson already in some trouble. Are they going to be able to run him down? The secondary net is going to connect. They have enough damage, and the right click's coming through. 82 apiece, plus 2 points in the Geostrike.
Oh, they got a Meepo problem.
Already 4 minutes in.
That rotation really hurt from Seb trying to come in like that and make the play. But hey, if there's one good reason to have this as a core shaker, there is a Meepo in the game.
True enough. I wonder if they were thinking about that when they went for it.
I don't know if they were, I doubt they were thinking about it as a counter pick. They might have thought about when they went for the decision of who was going to be core.
Right.
Because I think like the Prophet would have been probably more well farmed in this game if he was the core. He would have been pulling more and just like harassing more on this Bristleback. But No-Tail has played a little bit different as a support. But Seb's doing great. He's 18-2.
Well, I want to see how Meepo translates into the later stages, and particularly his movement around the map. Envy going to get caught again by the fissure. He's taking a lot of damage from these treants.
Yeah, it's interesting. He should be okay, but it's interesting how this works because Envy is forced to shove the wave into the tower, and I think that's why they're getting away with this, with the melee here of the Earthshaker, right? Because the wave just keeps coming out of the tower, so they don't have to do any sort of cheeky pulls whatsoever, the Nature's Prophet. And now he's going to steal the Bounty Rune as Pilot Eye goes after theirs, so that's a very good play. And you will see DJ's been stacking that up.
Oh my god.
Whoops.
Abed.
Oh, he had a Illusion Rune, so just use the poof.
Oh god, yeah. Alright, this is the other piece of this, is that you send the Meepo in here, and everybody has to be careful, because you can actually poof on top of your own illusions as a Meepo.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, where the heck did that kill come from? So the stack that was going on up here, still in play.
Yep.
If Bristle wants to take it, and this... Oh, Ana. So be careful. Universe doesn't have another Scoochie. They won't be able to get that kill.
Yeah, we've not been down the bottom lane all too much. 20 last hits versus the 19, so this is working out very well for OG, I would argue, because I think this is the lane that they need to go very well with the Morphling. But game-wise, things looking better for Fnatic. Oh, jeez, Ana. He just got so low from that Shikuchi, and I pulled you away from top. And of course, they get a double kill.
Oh, Envy baiting him in yet again. And meanwhile, bottom lane, Ana in some trouble. The Wave of Terror. He's playing it close. Ahmed killing. I'm saying, what's happening?
All right. In my defense, Ana went down to 5 HP, so
right, fair enough.
I feel okay with that pull away.
Oh, and now Ana is going to end up dying. Everybody's dying on OG. They're all dead. What in the hell? 4,000 gold lead at 6 minutes in. Fnatic are really hitting on all cylinders here.
And this is kind of lap that's very scary. Oh, I don't think No-Tail can get this courier, even with the Blightstone.
Man, close.
Does not have TP ready either. So maybe there'd be a chance, but also no Sprout, so... Stealing Banner Runes does cost him.
So.
Okay, 9-2, 4K lead. Where do we go from here? The concern if you're Fnatic is basically just keeping that net worth on your Meepo. You don't want him to be this pinata that gets killed 2 or 3 times. And if that's going to happen, it is the Earthshaker that one would imagine will be doing it. Renowned counter for a pretty good reason, just able to stun all the Meepos. Even if he's not doing that final blow with Echo Slam, it's more about him just setting up for his whole team to focus down that Meepo and not allow him to be his elusive, annoying self.
Right. Well, they also have a pretty good answer for the Earthshaker if they can keep him on him in Eternal Envy. Like, that's the thing, too, is that Meepo can kind of play in the back in this type of draft, it feels like, where Bristleback can walk forward and be that meat shield for him. But, of course, he is not there for you in the mid lane. Abed could potentially get dunked. They're continuing to just press forward for Envy here and cut through creep waves.
One thing I like about these predictions is you can see certain values, like how much magic damage is being done right now. Over 1,200 magic damage has been done so far by Pylai Dai, and that bottom lane is a Vengeful Spirit. Like, just spamming out that wave of terror, it adds up so quickly.
Top lane, Thompson shows up. Can't do anything. Anything at all. And is forced back because they'll burn through Envy's mana. But guess what? We got some chakra action going on here.
Looks like they were probably trying to make a play with the Echo Slam. Seb's got to be eyeing that stack. Like, if someone goes for that stack, I'm going to dunk them so hard.
Yeah, he's ready for it. Absolutely. But if he dies at any given point, I'm sure Envy is ready to walk over towards him. There's a big old creep wave that Envy is chasing. This is a bold move.
Oh my god, that's... Oh, there's so many units.
This is going to happen. Oh, lordy.
Oh, this is so much farm. Alright, now suddenly Envy is 1,400 ahead of the Weaver.
Look at these net worths on these heroes. Like, Meepo and Bristleback are so farmed.
Bristleback, you know, I'm not as even worried about that, because it's like, you know, what can you do with a really farmed Bristleback? Once he has Radiance or something, yeah, that's really scary, but at least you can run away from him. Meepo, you can't run away from the Meepo. They're going to go for a play on him now, though, with the dunk.
Trying to set up, the Echo Slam is down, they're going to find him, and that should be a kill. They needed it badly, and they make it happen.
Yeah, they really did.
Pylai Dai also going to be chased down here, but it looks like he will make the escape. But great recognition there, and an overextension by Abed.
And the kill also went to Seb, which means that he's going to be able to start building in towards that Blink Dagger quicker on, and then every time the cooldown's up, they're going to go Meepo hunting. Top lane, though, the tower, as they did abandon to go focus on the Meepo, it is going to die here, and there's no chance for them to get back. The Observer Ward scouting the return of Seb and No Tail, and he'll give him a little branding. They drop that Red Bull OG, then they got to run.
Gives a little bit of extra space here for Thompson, who's built into his completed urn now. No charges on it, so can't really go for any type of aggressive play yet. As bottom lane, Envy's decided, I'm going to mess with your life now. Welcome to Bristleback.
It's a good rotation to make just when you want to start pressuring down another tier 1 and possibly even tier 2, honestly, as Universe just makes his way up here to start getting a couple items onto him. You know, the least farmed of the cores. He's somewhere around the Coddle right now, but he was given a more... It's not even like he's under farmed, right?
Yeah.
As you look at this Bristle versus Bristle.
This is the scary thing, and why Morphling can be such a strong hero nowadays. Doesn't last that long, but still can be a problem as NB finishes off that sack over there. You also have No Tail just farming away in the jungle for a bit. Fnatic could possibly recognize what's happening there, but in the meantime, it's just DJ getting himself his own farm.
Oh, he just got out.
Close. But this is big. Like, it shuts down Meepo's ability to farm out those camps, which he really wants to do. It's still a 5,000 gold lead. But OG trying to stay in it with whatever little bits of farm they can take away as bottom tier 1 tower going to be assaulted as the TP rotation actually canceled.
Yeah, this is a bit worrisome if Abed were to show up. But Anna's still playing it very dangerously. Jeez. That Max Morph, he can just do this.
Looks like Pylai Dai going to go down, although need to be careful. Thompson in some trouble. They don't have mana on this Venge, but with the chase down and looks like the Sprout will keep him alive. Meanwhile, the pushback, though, they find Thompson and Universe able to find himself this kill with the Sakuchi. Big Daddy No Tail trying to get the trees out to keep himself alive, but moving forward. Universe finds the kill. Ana takes down Envy bottom.
Man, everything is just going well for Fnatic, other than Envy going down, but like getting the kill in the Universe now, they're spreading the wealth out. He's starting to catch up. He's still staying even with the highest net worth hero on the side of OG. And this 5k lead, that's basically an entire hero right now. Ahead of OG, and well, they've actually already got more than one more hero. They've got like 2 more heroes than the side of OG with this Meepo.
Well, and you think about how DJ is going to play this one going forward too, and getting towards the Aghanim Scepter already has 2 components of it. Next daytime could be a really scary moment for OG if all of those towers start to fall.
Oh, it's blink time though. Seb will pick it up.
DJ managed to get out of there. Let's see if he's going to make a play now. They are all moving towards the bottom lane. Envy there.
So they're going to try and start a fight without Seb showing, and then he'll try and blink onto the Meepo maybe.
Got Ana. Taking a lot of damage there. Not quite dead as of yet, but they do burn through the mana of Pylai Die, which means that Eternal Envy left all alone. Right click comes through. They get the extra physical damage out.
And Seb's still just hiding. He really wants to bait this Meepo down here. They can't seem to convince Abed to show.
Mid lane though.
They're smoking. There he is. Dun, dun.
He backs out immediately, not even going to stick around for the range creep. He has a Eagle Song in his inventory. 150 damage per Meepo coming out. The E-Blade, the highest damage that you can get per Agi for Meepo.
And now Seb's trying to turn this smoke into a dunk play onto a Weaver. Prepping his totem. Not going to find it though.
As Fnatic just keep on getting more and more farmed, does sort of beg the question of what's OG's answer going to be when they eventually get there? Like, is this a lineup that can sort of defend against the pressure that we know is coming from Fnatic?
They have good high ground, for sure, just because they have the Earthshaker and the Invoker, but they're going to have to hit their spells, and now, No Tail, force TP. They do not have a lot of stuns.
Yeah. Mid lane, though.
They found him. There it is.
Okay.
The dunk.
Easy peasy.
Finally showed. And oh my lord. But now 140 seconds so they can do that again. And they can't lose Ana after this. Good save. Quick swap with the stun.
Yeah, able to make it work. And now Thompson is the one that's going to be assaulted. They do still have Ghost Walk as they run away. Pylai Die maybe in some trouble? Or is it going to be the other way around as he's trying to run Jarek's Universe? They spot him out. They're trying to take down Seb while this is happening as well. They take down 2 so far, 1 from each team. Bugs barely going to connect there onto Seb. I don't think that Fnatic want to chase any further.
DJ, we're starting to get in towards that Aghanim Scepter. We'll slow him down a little bit, but not all that much. 64 last hits and practically there. No Tail going to get the tower down the bottom lane.
Oh. It does feel like these couple of kills, though, they're putting a little bit of the wrench in the plans of Fnatic. I'd be slightly concerned with what's going on here with Abed. We'll get towards that talent next. Bottom lane, No Tail. Looks like he will fall.
One thing that'll be kind of cool is that Seb could now go in towards the Silver Edge, and so he can blink, dunk, and then activate a Silver Edge, hit the Bristleback, assuming that he's also being chain stunned, and then like initiate that break for his team after already killing the Meepo.
Oh, Universe. Time lapse though, the runaway. He does have Sakuchi in a second, but no mana to spend it. Although Abed shows up with a couple. Can they dunk him down? Are they going to be able to find the kill? There's no Echo Slam, but the disarm is there. That is highly necessary. The long duration, they show up. They're going to find the kill.
Oh no, the pinata's popping. Another death.
Great play there from OG, and it goes to show the strength of this Deafening Blast. You look at this Meepo, he's fully invested into the right-click build right now. It's not about poofing people up, and Deafening Blast is amazing against this.
Well, he also has just no HP with his item build. I mean, he's still sitting on 1280, and this Meepo, you don't have the benefits of the extra magic resistance anymore.
Tough stuff, indeed. And OG taking advantage. Have they found the solution that's plagued the entire region, the Abed Meepo?
Well, so far it's looking like a nice solution that they have here. The 10th pick Meepo, they can take it down. One less tool in the kit for Fnatic. But they have the Aghanim Scepter, so things start changing a little bit. Now they can go for their own little global plays like the Nature's Prophet allows. And they're thinking about a smoke. They will right on top of a ward. Instantly pinged out by Seb. And so Ana will just coolly sit here farming. I'm like, yes, I have no idea.
I mean, they do have complete vision, though, which is one thing that's slightly scary.
Yeah, especially with 430 HP. Like,
yeah, this guy's crazy. I mean, this is going to be probably the hardest hold for OG if they're going to be able to make this work, is this timing that comes out with an Aghanim Scepter.
yeah, but they have the dunk now, too, because they just got that kill. So
Right.
Sev really wants to try and get level 12. Second point into the Echo Slam.
Abed going to take down this camp as well. Got his lifesteal talent. The thing that's scary is that they really don't have an answer for that Deafening Blast besides just blowing up the Invoker at the start of the fight.
Oh, they're moving in now, are they? We have that level 12. Abed isn't careful. They're going to the pit. It is scouted. And they're staying. They wave and everything.
Oh, this is really scary. I mean, it's going to take only a second for them to take down Roshan, but Seb is making his way forward.
They see him, though.
They bottom out. That's the vision, the jump forward. There is no initiation. Envy trying to break their way into there. Seb looking for his opening. He's going to head off to the side. They have a fissure if they want to initiate with that. Maybe they can walk in afterwards. The tornado doesn't connect on any of the meepos. They wait out that EMP. Ana now is also a bristleback battling against Envy. Just pass each other by. Is Abed able to take down No Tail? He was wrapping around from the other side.
Trying to get some vision. And now Seb is found. That's going to force out the fissure. That's one last part of his toolkit. And so Abed goes in the pit. Envy's saying, I have the shaker. Get in there.
Ana, they're taking him down. Pylai Die is down very low, but not enough yet. Sunstrike, they aren't going to find it, and that's going to be another kill. They take down Pylai Die. Now turning on to Ana. He's in no man's land, going to try and wait for him away, and that keeps him alive. They do have a Blink Dagger. They want to jump back in for the Echo Slam, but this fight is over.
Nah, he can't even afford it. Teammates aren't there to follow up. He might get the Aegis even then, but they might feel confident just pressing forward without it. And a big victory there for Fnatic. How well played was that, though? Like, the way they used the Bristleback to completely zone, that ward up on the high ground, just outside that sentry range, ensuring that they could spot Seb the entire time. And he could not find a single way into the pit.
And the Coddle, too. This is the big reason that you have this hero. You can spot out the movements, even if things get a little bit sketchy. So Seb trying to get towards that Shadow Blade. Maybe that will give them another avenue to take the fight.
Only problem is he's against a Coddle, who has Aghanims, and the next item comes after Aghanims is Gem.
Yep. They don't have it yet, though, I don't believe.
No, he'll go for it soon, though. He's only 100 gold away. And I think you are going to buy that before your Blink Dagger, unless he wins some giant fight here without the gem. But you just want to deny it all that vision, because now that the Blink Dagger is available on the Meepo, if you can use a gem to run around the entire map and like destroy all the wards in here, that's just free territory for your Meepo to roam around and hunt for kills.
Yeah.
You need that initial vision to really go for those Echo Slam plays.
We still have only 20 seconds until nighttime. We'll see if Fnatic still want to make these plays even without daytime.
This is a good time for OG because they've now finished up the Shadow Blade. The gem's not there yet. It is nighttime, as you said. They might not buy the gem too because it is nighttime. That could be a good reason to delay the purchase because you don't want to end up losing this.
Uh-oh. No tail. He just TPs away. Bottom lane, Abed going to finish this off. There is a movement in from Seb. He's caught in the Shadow Blade, but not quick enough.
Fractions of a second away.
That's all it takes. And in the meantime, Envy has been able to build into a full pipe in Crimson Guard.
He can help support his Meepo with these big AoE defensive items.
Are they really going to go for this push even during nighttime?
No, they shouldn't at least. They're going to go for the other tier 2s.
Okay.
This is just bringing heroes down here, thinking that someone's going to come out to push, I think, and try and get a kill. Look at Envy. This might be a little bit too crazy.
I mean, he's just walking at him.
It's like, who would be here this far alone?
Now, dealing damage. He turns on to Jerax. Jerax actually doesn't have a TP. Jerax might be dead. All right, there's the fissure. Seb gonna save his buddy. That does reveal that the Earthshaker is there, while other lane that's gonna be pushed by No Tail. And we are probably going to see them take down this round of wards as well. Just need to get a little bit of vision. They didn't take down the wards.
Yeah, they were getting pushed back, and it's okay. They know the wards are there. They'll just come back when they have the gem.
Okay.
And they're just not going to be playing in this area anyway. This area is worthless to them right now. I think they should be starting to shift their attention top. They just really want to pick off down here. But the other areas of the map, like focusing on these last tier 2s, trying to use your Aegis timing at night in an area that is less valuable for OG, so they shouldn't be trying to commit like full defenses. So I think Fnatic should be moving towards, and slowly they are doing that.
No-Tail again able to find a cut of the creep wave. There was a scan by the Dire, so they know there are heroes in this area. There is no Mad around the area.
So down here just as 2, Jax will scout out DJ.
This is a big play if they can find them. Thompson maybe in a little bit of trouble, and Abed throws out the net, not quite there. They're trying to take down DJ in some trouble. They have the Chain Frost going back and forth between Fnatic, but Thompson TPing away the disarm. They find the kill just barely.
Wow, that was really close. That was just 2 heroes, and they almost managed to bring them down on both the Coddle and the Meepo. EMP just doing so much there. And now Pilot Eye is going to find No-Tail in the mid lane. Easy swap, leading him towards Universe, and they don't have the bugs.
Oh, no vision.
I thought bugs were there. They were not.
That one hurts. That one hurts a lot. And Seb able to just take down the tower and TP away. So OG finding little bits and pieces, ways to get themselves back into this. They're down 8,000 gold right now.
Yeah, I really don't like Fnatic's play over the past couple of minutes. I think they definitely should have been focusing on the top half. Like, they just so much wasted time down here where there's just nothing to gain. They really wanted an assassination and thought they could get an easy pick off on someone, but they played very safe on the side of OG. I guess they got the Invoker, which is pretty nice, but I just feel like they could have got more.
Ana, they show up here. The Aegis about to wear off. The Echo Slam comes down in time. They are going to burn through it. Now Ana already BKB'd. Can they take him down a second time on the Meepo, or is it just going to be a put as Thompson looking for his opening? Has Cold Snap queued up, ready to go. Abed is spreading out as well. Only has the one Meepo here while he's pushing with the top lane, the rest of them.
That was only 15 seconds left until the Aegis. Yeah. Just a little bit off the mark there in terms of like if they could have waited, and then now there's going to be about 70 seconds of daytime for the Radiant side to push while there's no Echo Slam.
Yeah, that's a big timing. And I wonder, too, if they were trying to hit that fight right as the Aegis was expiring, but does not work out for them. The other thing is that Invoker right now doesn't have his Aghanims done, so gonna have to deal with that 6-second cooldown in between abilities as they get ready to defend high ground.
Yeah, you can see he's below the Earthshaker because they've been giving more priority over to Seb, which again is probably why they made him the core in this game, because they feel like they need this Earthshaker to have a lot of items to try and handle the Meepo, and I believe that is correct. But your other heroes will suffer. And Ana is more important than the Invoker, so Thompson's the one that has to take the backseat.
Fnatic now. One more tier 2 tower to deal with. Thompson just looks for a pickoff. And he is going to run into Envy. This might be a little bit too big of a fish to fry.
He's a DD. I think he wants to test his limits here. And he'll have the Prophet ulti too.
Prophet could also show up and try and catch him. But it looks like this is too much.
He's maybe hoping someone's going to TP into the shrine. That must be what his hope is. And well, Pilot Eye. But he'll escape.
He needs to get out of there. Envy's fine. I mean, you really don't want to have to deal with this guy. Boots of Travel for the Bristleback also can be the one that just pushes in these lanes, and none of the heroes can really solo kill him.
It means that DJ can focus on pulling in the Meepo during the fights too.
Yeah. So we have the Blink on the Coddle. Anything else that's really game-changing? Universe has had a very quiet game so far. The BKB is going to be his next pickup, and it looks like it's going to be delivered now, along with the Blade Mail on the Bristle. So all of the pieces coming together for Fnatic now for a push, if they want to take it. But there is also only a minute until Roche is capable of respawning. So perhaps just getting ready for that battle.
And what does Ana do in this game? He's going to be building in towards the Scotty. Is that what he's up for? Yeah. He's trying to tank up a little bit. Didn't finish out the Manta, even though he has the Yasha and the Ultimate Orb.
Seb blinks away, realizes that could be dangerous. Yeah, it feels sort of like, you know, the need to kill off these heroes pretty quickly and deal damage. More important nowadays as well. We've been seeing less and less of the E-Blade morph. But it is also going to be a Manta style done for Meepo. Abed can push out side lanes with this, and then, of course, if he happens to run into somebody, poof on top of the illusions.
There's just so much global presence and pressure right now from the side of Fnatic.
Yeah.
And they're going to smoke up here. Next Aegis, not going to respawn for 2.5 minutes, which is very good for the side of OG because it's only a minute and a half until nighttime.
Looks like they're going to back away. Ana was very close to death there.
Well, right place to be for Seb and N0tail then as they start pushing down bottom. So Fnatic have now anchored up in that top area. They already took the tier 2 in the top lane, and now they're starting to look towards the tier 2 mid. This is all going to be about securing this next Roche. But it will be costing them some pressure onto this bottom tower. It's slow, though, because it is just N0tail down here. However, it is relentless because of these treants.
Yeah. Oh, and Envy immediately going to go down. They can get recalled by Coddle if they so desire.
Yep.
I mean, the scary thing about this right now, if I'm Fnatic, is that your Meepo does eventually fall off. This is a hero that, you know, if he's 6-slotted compared to somebody else, it's not really that big of a concern. The good part for Fnatic is that they have basically 4 cores right now with this Coddle being incredibly farmed.
They're very far ahead. And the Nullifier, it looks like it'll be the next choice for Universe, who's still sitting on 10-second BKB and playing a very interesting style of this utility Weaver, where he hasn't been given too much priority. They've handed a lot over to DJ instead. And although most Weavers would go for the Aghanims here, I like his decision because the Aghanims doesn't really help that much versus with your Meepo, right?
Yeah.
It's, you know, you can only target one of them, not that great. So just going for a way to save Meepo in a different style by hopping on top of someone like Thompson, so he can't use a defensive item, or this Morphling, he won't be able to use his BKB.
Right. 28 minutes in, 10,000 net worth lead. As I believe Invoker does have his Aghanim Scepter completed. So we'll have that lowered cooldown to spam out all the spells that they're going to need for the eventual high ground defense that we know should be coming. In the meantime, Fnatic just waiting for their Roshan. 30 seconds away. And it's time to party.
Time to start getting some tomes on this Lich. Gotta get to level 25, save the game. The old ice armor.
That's the way to be. The Blink Dagger range with the cast range talent also on DJ here. Pretty nifty. Bottom lane. Yes. They found themselves the Bristleback. He just pops his blade on tops and burning himself to death. But this shows why you can't really kill off this Bristleback. And he's got 26 HP regen per second. Pile Die kills off Ana in the mid lane.
With the help
just out of position. And that's timed together with Roche. This is the easiest Roche in the world for Fnatic. Jerax looks like he will make his escape. Bottom lane again. They're going to initiate onto Bristleback, who's going to be out of mana. But that's about all that they're doing to him.
But denying the tower.
Oh, man. Roche finishes up, and he's happy as a clam. DP's
really well played by Fnatic so far. Like, although I think they, might have dilly-dally down bottom a bit too long or something, but there's not a lot of pressure on them, so they're just taking this game very slowly and not trying to rush anything too hard at all. And that was one thing that kind of, I mean, in some ways it hurt them yesterday with their Abed Huskar, but at the same time, they, this game, I think they're better set for it with the Meepo. Like, as long as they go high ground now with this Aegis and Cheese, I feel very good about this game.
Yeah. Well, and it looks like that's what their play is going to be. Maybe you wait until daytime. It's another 2 minutes. Maybe they just decide to go for it regardless. But the constant thorn in the side of the Nature's Prophet is going to push out these side lanes. See Fnatic get all 4 bounty runes. Cool 100 gold towards everybody. This 30-minute mark. And still OG trying to come up with an answer. They found it a few times, but only a few times. They're almost towards that BKB if they wanted on Earthshaker. Could still decide to go for the Silver Edge.
Yeah, I think he probably just needs the BKB, unfortunately.
Oh, man. And Meepo going for the Earthbind cooldown. So now 4 seconds cooldown for a 2-second duration. He's got a lot of them.
Jeez. Quick fingers. We had to come out here. There's the tome for Lich. It's happening.
All right.
Go, Lich. Do your best. You are the only hope.
Yeah, he needs him out. He's actually going Midas afterwards, too. Jerax is like, we got to get to this point, man. Got to get our
That's
regen
actually
going.
comical. He just needs as much as he can.
All right, but you know what we also have here is going to be the Morphine allies. So now they have 2 Earthshakers ready.
Okay. So double Fisher. It's pretty handy. Plus you can use all these enchant totem plays where you can like enchant totem, turn into the back to Morphling, and you hit for a stupid amount of damage. Like look at him right now.
Yeah, 1100.
Yeah. Watch this catapult. Oh, hit the catapult. Anna. Hit the... Alright, let me see this catapult. Do it!
Gonna do it. He's for sure gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it. He's holding on to it.
Ah, I see. Yeah, he does need to make sure that he has this ready, though. But you look at what this might mean. Seb jumps in, finds himself an opening, and then you can have like 3 fissure rounds, and then also on top of that, the massive physical target damage. Like, this might actually change the way this game is played, but another one that will is going to be the sheep stick on Meepo. Just now done for Abed.
And this just cements how bad Seb needs the BKB. He already has so many issues. Mostly it's honestly DJ, because as you had pointed out, the cast range is actually unbelievable on this hero when you play it. You start buying these items, like you look at his Force Staff, it's so far away. His Blink Dagger, yeah, the Blinding Light is the biggest spell for that, and then he's opting in towards the Scythe.
Ana, open it up.
They found Seb. Oh, they found Ana.
A little scary there. Switches back to Ana, throws out the fissure, tries to run away. 2 HP pools, but also 2 mana pools to deal with the mana leak. The commencement of the push. As they do have daytime, they've got Aegis Cheese. And they are ready to start beating away at this tier 3 tower. And this is the real question, is Abed just takes down Thompson? Oh no.
The deaths are so fast. That's 600 health now added to every Meepo. They're going to need 2 Earthshakers, but I think they might need 2 Echo Slams. Not just the Fissure and the Aftershock.
And Abed is splitting himself up very wisely here. They throw out one of these Fissures and trying to go for the big, huge wraparound, but Envy is the one that's causing chaos. The huge wraparound coming from OG as they look to initiate onto these heroes, but Universe, he's there to break it. Universe knew. This is the only way that they take this fight, and now Jerax has to TP away. It's not happening.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, look where Abed's Meepos are. He's just not bringing them.
Yeah. Oh, and now they found themselves the Nature's Prophet. He's going to be taken down as well. As Fnatic. I mean, this entire time, Envy's just been over here hitting these buildings. And there's nothing they can do to this guy. He's got a heart right now. 3,700 HP. He doesn't care. A tornado lift up onto 1. They're still looking for the initiation, but it's not looking like it's going to happen quickly enough as the Meepos run off to the side there, take down the buildings. You do see the bottom melee racks go down. Like, the other Meepos are on the other side of the freaking map. Abed's just way over here. He doesn't care.
Yep. No point having them. Very well played here by Fnatic, proving that there's a reason you must ban their Meepo. If they see an opportunity, they're going to go for it. And he had such an excellent game, too. Just dominating his lane, getting 3 kills so early on. Rotations help couldn't do anything, and this Bristleback from Envy has just been a very good stalwart hero for them.
Yeah. And he just does expire, but Envy pops his blade now, and he's perfectly fine with this. The Tornado EMP, they need to deal with this Bristleback because he's the one hitting their towers. He's fine. Yeah. The threat of the Meepo is doing more than the Meepo itself. They know that they have to wait, and that means that Seb can't really go on Envy at all.
Well, Seb's going in, but Sentry.
Spot him yet again. Envy just continuing to be the one hitting these buildings. They're going to go for the Glip, but this 24,000 net worth lead, all of the heal in the world, it's still a minute until nighttime. They have Swap available. While Meepo is a threat, the bigger threat is your buildings all dying, and they just can't get around this dangerous Bristleback. Like, Seb is walking around, what can I do?
And that was the last Spirit Vessel charge, I believe, just tossed out. I thought maybe he tried to save her when he went for the cheese, but couldn't find that. It's okay though, Northel's getting the bounty runes.
Well, Meepo's getting the other ones there. And the slowest siege in the world, but it's effective. What is your answer for this pressure that's coming? They don't have one.
No, they just don't have the single target focus. They never went for the Silver Edge. And Seb's still just sitting on 5k gold.
All the mana in the world. All the HP in the world. Ana will throw out these fissures, but it is all for nothing. Envy does not care about what you are doing in this game. I am hitting buildings. They're actually forcing out Ana away from the rest of the team now as Meepo hits the other barracks, and Ana in some trouble. They're chasing forward for more here with Universe. They kill off the Lich. They're going to have to buy back on other heroes. The Meepo illusions are moving in. Seb trying to find an opening, but it's not there in time.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Wait, the jump forward, the dunk. They got him caught. Isn't enough damage with the swap out. They get Seb away from his Meepo, and Abed living, able to get the E-Blade off. They do finally take him down, but it's only 1 life, and at the same time, your base.
It only cost them every single rack to finally get their Echo Slam play. They were just too far ahead, and OG unable to find any sort of a solution to that. So the Mega Creeps come out. And they've got a Nature's Prophet, they've got an Invoker, they've got an Earthshaker. If they want, and it looks like they do, they're playing this one out, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's see what they can do. BKB Pop, turn to fight. Guess what? Envy is taking literally no damage.
Yeah, he regens a lot.
And he has cheese. Look at him, he's just walking at him. I need to stop this man. You think he's going to stop at your fountain? Have you seen Fnatic play Dota?
It's okay, Jarek is the Midas. We're getting there. I don't think he can regrow the barracks, but he can heal the tier 4s.
All right, everybody's running in. Meanwhile, though, they found the sheep here onto the Nature's Prophet universe. BKB popped, taking the kill. Seb, as his foray into the Radiant side of the map, he gets clipped as well. Oh, he's just stuck up here, and Envy can keep on hitting the quills. Seb doesn't have an answer. He doesn't have blink. Oh, he didn't get the blink off, and he's going to be punished. Oh, no.
That's a fitting way to end this game.
It really is. And there's the Hex that comes out. Fnatic not bothering with the chat wheel. They're just going to take your buildings. As the Chain Frost not going to do enough. BKB Ana turns into Avenge, but eventually they will be pushed back yet again. There's going to be the switch over. Thompson wanting to make a play, if at all possible. They drop down the Meteor. Everything, in fact, is Seb. It's also going to turn back onto DJ. BKB out there, doing a lot of damage. The courier even is going to fall.
Oh, GG.
GG.
Take that.
As they take them down over and over. Universe, I mean, there's like 7 battles going on simultaneously, and the creeps are just taking down the tier 4 towers. Echo Slam, one last hurrah from Seb. They want to take him down. The Echo Slam at Jamma. They're feeling themselves for a moment. Ahmed might finally go down, but yeah, the GG's there as the creeps eventually take the building.
Woo. Fnatic. Back in there with the Meepo back in to the winner's circle.
That's right.
As they will get themselves a 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Lots of those. I feel like every time I look at a group stage game, I say, oh, I wonder if